My name is Todd Sampson. I'm now, actually, I would say I'm a filmmaker, where before I would say I'm a CEO. I'm a former CEO of an advertising agency, which I ran for 10 years. And I sort of left the business 3 years ago. Now I make films for Discovery Channel. I'm here, one, because I'm interested in education, and I'm particularly interested in alternative education, but also I'm going to talk about the brain and how the brain works, and creativity and fear and anxiety and all the things we have to overcome and deal with on a daily basis. I did an MBA when I was 23, and I started in an advertising agency, which was probably the best decision I've made corporately, creatively, and I worked for 20 years, 10 years as a CEO. Then I got casted randomly by Andrew Denton to be in a show called The Gruen Transfer, and The Gruen Transfer is a show on marketing and advertising on the ABC. It turned out to be ABC's most successful show, and because that was successful, it gave me opportunities and made me think I could do other things on television. So my passion is science. I've been a science nerd. My brother's an entomologist. It was what I studied in my undergraduate. It's what I wanted to do. So I was part of making a show on neuroplasticity. That was the first documentary I made, and that was about how the brain changes, and using my brain as the experiment. And then from that point onwards, I combined two of my passions, adventure as a climber and a mountaineer, and science, and I created a series of adventure science films. And that's what I do now. When I did an MBA, it definitely separated you. It was definitely a calling card. And you do it for money and prestige. And when you're on the MBA course and you realize that the majority, I would say 80% of the people on MBA are confused. That's why they're doing an MBA. If you don't know what to do an MBA. So there's a lot of engineers, there's a lot of people that are trying to find their way. And an MBA is perfect because it gives you a broad understanding of business and allows you to explore lots of aspects. So the MBA was a pivoting moment for me, where I didn't really know. I was a kind of science nerd. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And that definitely changed my life. I failed at more things than I've succeeded in, for sure, but everything was all on the same road. Just sometimes I fell off and got back on it. So I would take self-therapy and awareness seriously. Now, when you're running a company, you carry a hell of a lot of anxiety all the time. And the good leaders have the ability to, one, be aware of it and manage it. And I think that's something you need to do consciously. One thing I absolutely believe is that treat each individual task or job as the one you are going to be the absolute best at. And then, when you do that, even if that is cleaning floors until you find your next job, if you are the absolute best at cleaning floors, I guarantee you'll get another opportunity. And then when that opportunity opens up, and you become the absolute best at programming in a room by yourself in the corner, another opportunity will open. And then you become an absolute best at design, because that's where it led you next. And then you can create an iPhone. You know, and I think that the trick is not looking to the iPhone. The trick is to get to the end, you have to do all these little things brilliantly to the best of your ability.